Hello, Timmy Nafso here, Executive Vice President and co-founder of FortisPay. We're talking about EMV chip and PIN 2019. How's it doing since it's been launched? A few years back, EMV chip and PIN was launched, and we had several discussions around, is chip and PIN the solution? Is it not the solution? Is the technology that's been around since the early 90s and started out in Europe? EMV, EuroPay, MasterCard, Visa, or here we know it as the chip experience. What we still find today is you go to a lot of retailers and businesses and they're asking you to swipe and not dip that chip. Well, what risk is there? As card holders, there's not much risk except for the fact that there's this possibility that as we transmit data that's not being transmitted through the chip, there's the opportunity for a hacker or a thief to capture that information. But you're protected by your credit card company, whether it's Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. Where the problem is on the business owner side. As a business owner, when you don't take that chip, and the chip is available, you're now liable for the fraud that may occur. Now, this fraud doesn't exist for all businesses. What I mean is there are certain businesses that are relationship based, and somebody that's coming in is not gonna claim it wasn't them that really came to a doctor's office or worked with your law firm or whatever that may be. But if you're in a different scenario, a retail scenario, it's very dangerous to not accept the chip. Because if you don't accept it, that liability, the chargeback loss is yours. And to be specific, that chargeback is related to only fraud. Other chargebacks still do apply in the card-present environment, face-to-face environment. But how is it doing? Not so great. Actually, there were about 60 million cards in the United States that were compromised in the last 12 months. Is that better? Is that worse? Well, actually, all that's happened is these hackers and these thieves decided to go to the web. And as web transactions, internet transactions, e-commerce transactions are increasing, as is the fraud on that side, right? This is really common sense, right? I mean, you're watching this trend. Even when EMV was launched a few years back, chip and PIN was launched, the trend was already going in a direction of card not present, right? You're in an interaction where you don't necessarily need to put your card. If you're on Amazon, you put your card on Amazon one time, you keep ordering. Apple Music, the Apple Store, so on and so forth. People are typically not pulling their card out as much. We're trying to go to this walletless experience, right? So your wallet is actually on your phone. How is that going to solve the problem? What we see is this trend is going to continue to go in the wrong direction for fraud until there's some type of two-factor or two-step authentication process. So at the counter or over the phone, when I go to make that payment, I'm going to get a text message and say, yes, I approve. And we're already watching this experience come to life. You're watching it when you call into a customer service center and they say, we want to verify this is you, and banking and things like that. The more sophisticated experiences are having those types of discussions. So what we need to make sure of is that if you are a business that is accepting payments over the phone or over the web, you have to make sure that that person is who they say they are, or you are at the risk of fraud and losing possibly the product you ship or the product that's picked up without confirming who that person was. Okay, so getting an ID is still very important to verify who that person is. Asking for a CVV code, the code on the back is important. Asking for a zip code and declining a transaction if there's no zip code. All of these things can help protect your business. If you have any other questions or want to have a discussion, feel free to reach out. Thanks for listening. Comment below.